All right, what's up, guys? Ryan Quinn here with Mighty Quinn MMA and Greg Hardy. Thanks for being my first interview.
Hell
yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, yo, you know what? The Jets had the Cowboys this year.
So what?
The Jets had the Cowboys this year.
That's gonna be a big game.
Yeah. We give each other crap all the time about that stuff. But you know, XFL's coming back next season.
Dude, it's just gonna be crazy.
It is gonna be crazy.
The McMahon, right?
Yeah, I'm making up a chance for the New York Guardians already. I'm gonna go guards and shit like that.
I was about to say they should probably do fantasy for that too.
Yeah. Oh, that's big.
You already know it's coming.
Yeah. At least on DraftKings and stuff like that.
McMahon's on top of that.
Actually, I saw something interesting. As you know, Andrew Luck just announced his retirement. I heard that his father's involved in some XFL. In something, maybe he might be a coach or something like that. That's the rumor. Now, this is all 3 days. But
you know how it is, especially right after somebody retires, big news pops out.
Yeah.
All kind of fake news. But hey, there really is no telling, dude. The man's made like $200-300 million, dude.
Yeah.
That's the kind of move you make when you got that kind of money.
Yeah. It's like, what do you want to do next? Not what you have to do next. It's not like me. But speaking of which, and football season's coming up. More importantly, fantasy football season's coming up. I'm one of those nerds with the clipboard, imagining that I have the team. I have imaginary conversations with my players before I cut them and stuff like that, before I trade them. You're not working out, pal. But we're going to get into that later. We'll have fun with that. But let's talk a little bit about transitioning from pro football to pro mixed martial arts. One thing that I see as a fan of football is you really want to train for that 6 to 8 second rep. But of course, there's the open field, like drives and stuff like that. But what's the repetitions usually? Like in MMA, it's anaerobic, but it's not. It's aerobic, but it's not. Is football similar like that? Because you have the up, and then it just goes, or?
Man, it trains you in a whole different way. Football, you always have that second of rest to get it back.
Yes.
So it's always about getting it back and going as hard as you did the last play on the next play.
Yeah.
And MMA, man, to me so far, there's no stopping. There's no whistle. There's no timeouts. Even when you practice, you go for like 2 minute goes, 3 minute goes, and it's everything for 3 minutes. When football, it's like 5 seconds, 30 seconds with a 10-second break every single time.
Yeah.
And that time to think, is huge. Like people don't think about like the actual time to think. Like not just breathe, like all that you can condition for, but man, the time to think is huge, and you don't get that in MMA at all.
I always joke about that, like where you see, like, after a big first down, or more importantly, a big score, big touchdown, players celebrate and stuff like that. Like, could you imagine if you lit somebody up with a nice combination with, like, it just doesn't happen. Even after, some people are starting to do it in between rounds and stuff, but it's funny, it's just different. Like you said, apples and oranges.
Whole new world, man.
But what's one thing that you think you found a little difficult with switching to MMA?
I would say MMA was difficult more so just because like all the different muscles that I had to use.
Right.
In football, it's a lot of hips and that converted over, and a lot of hand speed and that converted over. But other than that, man, I started using muscles to get up off the ground that I had never used before. Getting up off my back, and just hip sliding, shrimping was new to me. Just like even certain ab muscles, man, it was it's just a long list of things that were just burning and on fire from day one.
Man, it's so funny you say that because I remember doing jiu-jitsu. I always said that's a very pull muscle sport. You close the guard, your hamstrings, your back, your biceps, and but then you got boxing. That's a total push muscle sport. So it's like but this is MMA. You jumble it together.
All together, all the time. Man.
So it's definitely an interesting sport.
Yeah.
A lot of athletes come over from other areas, and they try out MMA, but they really only stay for a cup of coffee. Like you got CM Punk, which was an experiment. Jose Canseco fought, and that was a nightmare. I don't include Brock Lesnar in that group because he was a Division I national champion.
For sure, yeah.
I had another guy. There was a basketball player I forgot that went over and fought in Japan about 15 years ago. I forgot who it was. But you're a real player. Like you've come here. All your wins are by knockout. Amateur and professional, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you're 3-1 professionally, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. You have one loss by disqualification. Mistakes happen. Whatever. Like you're arguably the greatest athlete in the heavyweight division right now, athletically speaking. And like, what are your goals? Because like you're here, you're a fighter, and we see that here in the gym.
Yes,
so
thank you, man.
Oh yeah. So like, what? Give me a short-term goal. Give me a long-term goal. Whatever.
I mean, starting out, man, I would say for sure my short-term goal was actually to, just first of all prove that I was a fighter, prove that I'm not a CM Punk, prove that I'm not one of those, football players that are coming over, get a couple of fights, do some pub, like not those guys. Since I've done that, my short-term goal has kind of changed into showing everyone that I'm a developed fighter, that I actually belong and that I'm elite, and kind of just moving up the ranks the way I did in football. And I think that just like the first goal was big for me, this is this big for me just because stepping stones, man.
Yeah.
It proves that you want to be here. It proves to everybody that you're serious, man. And when you're coming to a sport of like not even, I wouldn't say top athletes, but just top competitors, man. Some of the best in the world at what y'all guys do here, dude. Respect and the fact that you earned it was real big to me. So I feel like that's just the number one thing that I want to do coming up in the future. And then
for sure.
Long-term wise, man, for sure go for the goal, dude. Just rain down punishment on the UFC fight sports for the next decade.
I like it. Yeah, like actually, I think that's a great way to look at it because we have to have an ultimate goal, and short-term goals kind of it's a little more realistic at the time, and a lot of athletes don't realize that, and then they get overwhelmed thinking of the big picture, and. I think your experience in football probably helped you, like you said, move up the ranks in football. Like there's high school, college, NFL, All-Pro, Super Bowl, stuff like that. And let's face it, you probably had a target on your back coming into the sport. Like we said, all these other athletes are coming in here. Whatever happened, and I give you a lot of credit for just showing up and putting your work in.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Let's talk real quick. Fantasy football.
Oh yeah.
So I know I try to get you in a couple leagues, and you're like, yeah, maybe. But you're saying now you're excited about football and everything, and give me two defenses, the best defenses. That's where I always screw up in my draft. and then give me two sleeper players if you could name them.
So I'm not gonna be good at sleeper players, dude.
Okay,
I know cool. A number one sleeper player for sure that people are gonna not utilize is that running back from Carolina, dude. I've said 1,000 times. He's getting a little bit of credit, but for sure everybody's gonna go after LaDavion, all these other guys. Get my guy, dude. My man gets yards. I'm starting to figure out fantasy football. It's about consistency, dude, and putting it up every week.
Yeah.
And that's my guy for that, 100%, man. And I would say this year you gotta look out. You for sure gotta look out for the Cowboys defense, man. I'm a Cowboy. But hey, think about the details. Think about the details. These guys, we talked about it a couple days ago. Talking about the young guys developing. 3 years ago, we got all these young guys. I think Byron came in, the quarterback came in.
Yes.
Ended up being a Pro Bowl 4 years ago. All these guys are still there, man. Everybody's developing. DeMarcus Lawrence, that defensive line, these guys are turning into vets. The whole defense. At once, we finally replaced that whole middle linebacker situation with all pros, all pro rookies.
Oh yeah,
not getting old anytime soon. And no, man, I think the whole defense is gonna be solid, dude. There's not a lot you can do to mess with that defense for sure.
Awesome.
And then I think my second defense would probably be, who am I gonna go with, dude? I would say the Jets, but
this guy's going there. This guy's going there. We're one cornerback or three short.
At least you're honest.
Listen, if we could just tell them that our other offense, our opponents, to do the short game and then throw it to our safeties, then everything's cool. Forget about that middle ground in between,
For sure. I would say my second sleeper player would be, who's the quarterback for the Browns?
Oh, Curtis. Baker Mayfield.
Look out for that guy, dude.
Curtis Mayfield's the singer.
He probably could throw a little bit. A couple quarterbacks I know. No, I think he's going to be a big-time quarterback this year, dude. Targets are amazing. O-line's looking pretty good. Defense is looking solid. I think he's just going to have enough time on the field without the actual show being on him because of the Odell show and all the other shows.
A lot of guys,
all the shows that are going on. He's going to have time to actually develop as a quarterback, hit his targets. They're going to give him easy reads, points.
I never thought of that.
Points and points all day. And that's what I'm starting to love about this season, man. There's a lot of plots unfolding, dude, that people aren't really looking at. When you're a football guy, you can kind of see them unfolding, and I think it's going to be a lot of action.
I love it because like you said, there's a buzz around Cleveland.
Yeah.
There's never a buzz around Cleveland. And there's somewhat of a buzz around my Jets. There's a couple other sleeper teams. Oakland's looks like they got pop again. I know they're going through some stuff with Antonio Brown.
I gotta see. Even outside the Antonio Brown situation, man, these guys have made some questionable moves on defense. They get rid of some guys. They haven't picked up enough star power for me, dude. Just on defense to be a surprise defense.
It was a lower draft, so to speak. I don't like saying it wasn't a talent-rich draft like the positive. And they did have 3 picks, but I thought they could have done little things differently too.
That didn't sit well with me. Like, I thought they were going to be sleepers all the way up until they just started making bad decisions. And this is my opinion, of course, man. But I would say if anybody if you got to pick anybody, I would go. Man, it's hard. It's hard to pick defenses too.
Yeah, well,
until they get out. Have you checked out that Buffalo defense?
I have not.
Head coach is a defensive coordinator.
Well, this is me checking it out. I'm asking you right now.
I would say check out Buffalo.
Okay.
I think they're gonna have a pretty good defense, man.
They play the Jets twice, though. I don't know if I could.
Well, that's what I was gonna play. I was gonna play to my ex defensive coordinator goes there. I've been checking those guys out. Head coach is a defensive guy. They build well. They're in a pretty decent. They're in a decent talent pool over there. They don't have to go overachieve to get new dubs in New York's week.
Right. Yeah.
I like it, man. I like it, dude.
And I also love about this year. I always a fan when the AFC East and the NFC East play because especially Jets Giants and all that stuff. So that's cool. Plus the Dallas is always
good for you guys.
Yeah.
That's looking real good.
That's looking real good.
For sure. Hey, you guys should actually. I mean, with that running back, dude, you can really do anything. Do you think they're going to give him the ball, man? That's the question I have. Are they going to give him the ball?
Well, I think they're going to be forced to eventually. I know everyone's saying, they're going to stack the box. But, we have Robbie Anderson, who's quick. Yeah, right? Thank you. Robbie Anderson, who's, he could spread the field. And now they got Crowder, who's a good slot receiver. So, you can only focus so much on one thing. Like, if they're... I think that our guy, that Darnold, I think that, like you said, he's going to grow and they're going to try and make him beat them with a passing game, and he's going to be able to develop into the quarterback that we want him to. That's what I think.
I think you guys could be like San Francisco a while back, right before whatchamacallit.
Oh yeah.
They had Gore back there. They had some good running backs. They had a couple of good slots.
That was an exciting team.
It was a building that was it's something to build on.
Yeah.
It's like that, right on the brink of could be a contender.
Yeah, that was an exciting team.
Yeah, I think you guys are like right there, man. You guys are 1-2 players away.
Awesome. So that's basically it. But I did want to close by saying, like. You had a reputation with whatever you went on a while back, and whatever happened, people said some things, media dragged you through everything. But I never saw that person here. We never saw that person here. You came into American Top Team. You put your head down. You went to work. Yes, so yes, sir, no, sir. I remember I was telling you, stop calling me coach. Stop calling me. You're my teammate. And you're a great teammate at that. I see your social media. You're always posting about the guys and stuff. Right now, my first interview, you took time out of your day for me, and actually, it's pretty funny. I gotta say, one of my communications professors, the first thing he said was, "You're not gonna get a big time athlete for a long time, so don't even question it." I'm holding my beer, like here he is, my first interview. So, Greg, thanks a lot.
It's a pleasure, brother.
My man. All right.
Shout out, guys.
Later.